Dear players, welcome to Animal Island. We have been waiting for you. When the bad men pillaged our island 100 years ago, they entombed all of our magical animals. Since then, our land has been devoid of magic, and the people have been sad. Because you are such talented magicians, we are counting on you to get our animals back. The animals are bound by riddles, and while your wands and potions won't work here, your wit and cunning will. As you rescue each animal, they will insist on repaying you with some of their magic. You should take it. After you rescue every animal, you will have enough to open the castle teleport and return home. Time is of the essence, so stay on the path and choose your direction wisely. Godspeed, Sam and John Brunhaver.
Hi, this is Sam and John Brunhaver. We're explaining a game that we created for our Stanford Beyond Bits and Atoms class called Animal Island. We created this game as part of our weekly assignment, Designing for Kids. And we designed it based on a kid that we interviewed last week. Her name's Elizabeth, and she's age 9. Elizabeth has a lot of interest. One of them was board games, so we created a board game for her. She's also really into animals and magic, so the premise of the game is that a bunch of players get dropped on the island, and it's their job to rescue the animals in order to get their magic back and go home. Elizabeth had other interests that we tried to incorporate into the game as well, so she really likes animal trivia. And she also likes solving puzzles and riddles. So part of the game includes answering animal trivia, true or false, or multiple choice, in order to move around the board. And then also answering riddles at certain points in order to collect different tokens and ultimately be able to travel to the castle and go home. Some other things that we included, Elizabeth really likes 3 animals in particular: the serval, the wolverine, and the Tasmanian devil, so we made these sort of centerpieces in our game. She also likes the Phantom Toll Booth, the book, so all the player pieces are characters. So here we have Milo, Talk, and all the other characters from that book. And she really loves nature and also being environmentally friendly and making sure that you use as much as you can from nature. And she likes to paint, so we made the whole board out of wood, and she can paint it if she'd like. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about the instructions for the game and actually how you play.
So to set up the board, what you do is you take the four pieces and put them together like that. And that forms the map for moving. Additionally, you need to place the 3 tombs on the board, the serval tomb, the wolverine tomb, and the Tasmanian devil tomb. Each of these need to be on their own quadrant of the map. The castle goes on a different quadrant of the map. The general objective of the game is it's a race to the end. Each of the pieces need to move to each of the temples, collecting a token from each temple, and then return back to the castle. The way that movement works is you answer trivia questions along the way. For example, answering "Can penguins breathe underwater?" as false would allow you to move 2 hexes. So in this case, Milo can move 1, 2 hexes for getting that right. If Talk were at the Tasmanian devil, he can answer a riddle to receive a token if he gets it correct. For example, the riddle, "From what number can you take half and leave nothing?" is 8. Removing the top half leaves a 0. Then Talk, the player playing as Talk, can get a Tasmanian devil token. After all the players have collected all 3 tokens after traveling across the map, they can return home to the castle, and the first player to get to the castle after collecting all the tokens wins.